So I was born in Nottingham, England, and soon our family moved back up to the northeast of England to near Newcastle, and that's where I spent most of my time growing up. I have two older brothers, Wesley and Justin, and a younger sister, Lizzie, and we had a great time growing up. Throughout school I was a pretty decent student, good student, sporty, academic, lots of fun times, lots of plays and different things like that.
I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the United States of America, and when I was 3 years old, my family and I moved to Medford, New Jersey, where I grew up. I have one older brother, his name's Eric, and we always had a lot of fun growing up together. When I was 12 years old, my mom and I started a flower arranging business, and I did that all the way through my sophomore year. It was actually quite a lot of fun. We had a little factory going in our basement, and almost every day I'd come home from school and go into the basement, and my mom and I would come up with all kind of different creations, and I loved arranging flowers in so many different creative ways and decorating people's houses. And we did a lot of craft shows, we did magazines, we did consignment stores, and we sold them all over the place, and it was fun.
I pursued a legal career and did a law degree at university. As well as my law degree, I led a lot of worship at the Christian Union, and I was asked to record a CD at a very large and famous prison called Dartmoor.
My shackles are gone, my spirit is free.
I recorded a CD with the prisoners called My Shackles Are Gone, which was an interesting experience.
I went to college at the College of New Jersey, which ironically is in New Jersey. I studied marketing, and I ended up minoring in communications, which I had no idea was going to monopolize a lot of my life since college. While I was in college, I helped start a Christian organization called Intercollegiate Christian Council. Yes, it's a mouthful, ICCC for short. But we organized conferences, and we had a real focus on prayer and worship and intercession, and just looking to bring unity and revival throughout the college campuses in our region. After college, a friend of mine had offered me a temporary job just doing some production assistant work in television on a design show called Design Basics, which aired on the Home and Garden Network. So I did that for a little bit, and as I was doing that while looking for a job, they actually offered me a job at the television production company called Banyan Productions. That was the start of a 4-year journey for me at Banyan. Okay, working with kids and animals. And after that, I got to travel all over the place, producing various different television shows, including Trading Spaces, which was probably the most well-known of the ones that I worked on.
After finishing my law degree, I was applying for law jobs in England, and started actually doing a temporary job with a Christian broadcaster called the God Channel. But actually the job there got really quite interesting. I started to travel around England and around Europe and then around Africa. I was meeting up with presidents, prime ministers, politicians, church leaders. I never thought that I would be in media, but there I was, traveling all over the world, putting Christian TV onto TV sets all around the world. So then in May 2003, I came out to Kansas City, came out here to just pray about the future. And when I was here, I was offered a job to take over the media for the International House of Prayer, and accepted the position and moved out here in September 2003, and I've been in Kansas City ever since.
So it was December 2004, and I came out to Kansas City, and I was at the One Thing conference, and the very last night they had an internship info session. And I went just because my friend that I came to the conference with was going. And while I was there, they were talking about an internship called Fire in the Night, which was the Night Watch internship. And so as I was sitting there listening, I was thinking, you know, I really could do this. It starts in like 3 days, and I want to take some time off to pray, so maybe this is where I'm supposed to do it. So I went home, hurried up, packed up all my stuff, told my roommate I was moving out like the next day, and drove back out to Kansas City, and little did I know that it would change my entire life.
One of my guys who works in the media department said, hey, there's a girl that just joined the Night Watch. She was a TV producer for Trading Spaces, and so me being the recruiter that I was, put on my recruiting hat, and said, I've got to meet this girl.
In my first 2 or 3 weeks of being here, one of the guys that was working in the media department came up to me in the prayer room one day and asked if I wanted to meet the media director. So I said, sure, having no clue who he was. So I walked into the coffee shop and there was Jono ordering a vanilla latte. And so I ordered a sugar-free vanilla latte.
And we had a coffee and chatted a little bit and found out about each other. And the recruiting meeting went on, and we had maybe another meeting, and I suddenly realized I probably was doing a little more than recruiting.
Towards the end of my internship, Jono came up to me in the coffee shop one day and told me that that he was interested in me, and that asked me if that I would consider dating him. And at the time, I was a little confused because I was still an intern and you're not allowed to date as an intern.
And I respect those rules. So anyway.
So I just said to him, well, thank you for being honest, but I can't give you an answer right now.
I thought, oh my gosh, she's refusing me.
That's not the way I intended it, but that's the way it came across.
She comes back after about 2 weeks and says, if you didn't know I liked you, I'm like, I've got no idea.
So he was quite shocked, which I was shocked. He was shocked.
And that was the start of our relationship.
We have worked on our communication since then.
In about June, July of last year, I decided I was going to ask Shari to marry me, and went and bought a ring. Now, did something wrong here. I told one of my guys that I'd bought a ring. Next day in the coffee shop, a girl whispers to me, Shari's next to me, a girl whispers to me, hey, you bought a wedding ring. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do something quickly.
I went over to Jono's house one night and he was acting a little strange, and he said he had a surprise to show me on the back deck. So I went back there with him and I went out on the deck, and there was about 70 to 100 candles set up back there.
Started to ask her to marry me, and she says, shouldn't you be on your knee? And I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should.
And so he gets back down on one knee and does it again, and I said yes again, and then he hands me a rose and he hands me a ring, and we were engaged.
Why do I want to marry Shari? And I think there's so many reasons. You know, she's beautiful, she's funny, she's bright, intelligent. We kind of connect on so many different levels, but the things I really love as well, she's a godly woman, and she has such a value for the prophetic and the things of the spirit, which I really, really, really value. I want to see that as part of our marriage. And so today, I'm so happy and so glad and so grateful that she's agreed to be my wife.
And I'm totally blessed and blown away by Jono and just the gift that I have in him. And I really just admire his passion for God and his the way he devours the Word of God and just has a real understanding of it. But I love his character and just his simplicity, his generosity, and the love that he shows me and others. And I'm just so blessed to see what God's going to do in our marriage and just with each other.
We rolling?
Okay. I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where, oh shoot, I forget what I was going to say now. Okay, I just need to collect my thoughts. I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and when I was 3, okay, sorry.
So put your hands towards the screen.
What are your headphones on? I was born in the United States of America in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And when I was 3 years old, my family, which is my dad Art, my mom Elaine, and my brother Eric, and I think the camera just shook. I'm gonna start it again.
Amen. I'm cold.
So thank you for coming to our wedding.
Thank you for coming to our wedding.
There's geese above. We appreciate all of our friends and family.
Thank you for traveling such a long way to the middle of America.
And for those of you who are from Kansas City, thank you for coming.
I'm not sure if the people in England realize that they're coming in tornado season. But all of those jokes about Dorothy and Toto could come true for you this very weekend.
That's not very nice. Why the heck would you say that?
No, because I think it's kind of cool, the kind of tornadoes.
What?
You do a bit of tornado chasing. Like when I was here the first time, we watched Twister, and I was
It's
like,
cool that you could be caught up in a tornado. Those dreams might come true. I don't think most people dream to be Dorothy.
yeah, but they could go to Oz.
Okay, great. Well, hopefully you'll have a pleasant time without tornadoes.